Happy Friday! How are all the empathic sensitive souls doing today? It's Friday, the last day of the week, work week for me at any rate. Woohoo! I am so excited that today's Friday. Now, on Monday, we drew that Metamorphosis card. And, it's you are in the process of deep and beautiful change. And this week for me, it was all about being triggered or activated or pushed at work. And how do I respond and react? Do I go my old path, the well worn, tried and true, I jump on that surfboard on that spiral pit of despair and I surf that sucker all the way down to the bottom, and then I sit there in misery for days, weeks, months on end. And I regurgitate or reiterate or go back through the scenario of what happened over and over and over again? Or do I put my training and how I've worked on myself and have been working on healing myself, do I put that into focus instead of the surfing the spiral pit? Now, it's so very hard for us not to fall back into the old habits and the old patterns. And I've been getting a lot of, what do I want to say? Hints or glimmers or pokes and nudges that I don't have to react the old way. I've come across, I don't know how many snippets of Mel Robbins talking about releasing and letting go, of let them do their thing and you stay in your lane and be your awesome self. Let me carry on with my life and not let them really bother me. And I'm trying to focus on that. But it's so very hard. I'm trying to change. I'm trying to come out of that cocoon. I'm trying to not let them bother me. But oh, is it hard? And I've been struggling all week because I swear every single day something has happened to poke at me. And if it's not one person, it's another person. And I have to keep reminding myself that these people that irritate the living daylights out of me are some of my greatest teachers, that I am working on healing those feelings that they bring up in me. Now, my supervisor, he even had to get in on the ah because I felt attacked and I felt blamed. It was my fault. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, it is not. So instead of taking responsibility and talking to the person that created the chaos, I was blamed. And I had to really, really dig deep to release that feeling because I have always been blamed. And it's like, okay, this is the old record and we got to get rid of this old record. How do I transform from that caterpillar into a beautiful flower or butterfly? How do I metamorphosis those old, hard, feeling less than feelings into something powerful and beautiful? And I'm still working on it because my week's not over with yet. And of course, Monday we start all over again. So how do we do that? Last night, because it was becoming overwhelming by this point, I sat in my recliner with some light jazz playing. That's somehow light jazz is my new go-to music because it's soothing. I've never listened to light jazz before, but lately it is calming to me, and I'm okay with that. And I'm listening to light jazz, and I am going back over the scenarios, and I'm like, how does it make me feel? And I'm sitting in those feelings, and I let the tears come, and I use EFT to get down to that nitty gritty, and that it all comes down to I don't feel good enough. So I worked on releasing the feelings surrounding this scenario. and I worked on releasing the feelings of not feeling good enough. And I did all my positive affirmations and asked to be shown that what I have going on in my life is awesome. Whether or not it is or not. But I put it out there that it's going to be awesome. I'm going to have a great day. This is going to be a great week. The weekend is going to be fabulous, even though we got nasty weather coming in. Next week is going to be totally awesome. And I try to keep that positivity in my mindset. Even though I sometimes dip a foot down that spiral pit of despair, I don't have to live there. Now, it also helped that I had to rake the leaves for about an hour last night. And there's something about that mindless, not that it's mindless, because I have to pay attention to what I'm doing, but it's the exercise, getting the blood pumping, and of course my brain is going 5 million miles a minute as I'm working through all these feelings and emotions. And by the time I got done raking, I came in the house and I sat with it and I worked on it. And it's okay to feel those feelings. Just don't live there. I can't keep holding on to that and holding them in, and it just makes my existence miserable, and I don't want to be miserable. It's Friday. It's a happy Friday. It's the end of the work week. Why do I want to be miserable? And I look at the people that are creating this chaos, and it's like, why? Why do you need to create the chaos? And of course, then it's, And I stop and think about, what is their need? They have a need to be seen and be heard. And that's basically it. They don't feel good enough either, but they would never admit that because they don't want to sit with their feelings. And that's okay too. I have to let them be them. And I have to be okay with setting my boundaries, sticking to my boundaries, and not letting them rock my boat, not letting them rock my happiness and my vibe, and keep on keeping on. And once I leave work, I need to let it go and not harp on it and focus on it and keep holding on to that. And it's not easy. I've been taking classes and training and working on it, and it still crops up. It still comes up. This week was a perfect example. I thought I healed all this. I thought I went through all this. I thought I didn't have to work. Oh no, poke, 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 right? And that's okay, because it's something more I need to work on and heal. So I hope that helps you. I hope that Metamorphosis card made you stop and look and realize, oh my gosh, I have tools. I can use tools to get myself through this. Now, I was talking to my nephew last night, and he goes, well, in times of stress, he goes, I used to drink. And he goes, I can't do that anymore. I can't use those crutches like that anymore. I said, well, one, it's not healthy. It's not. There's nothing wrong with medication, but not self-medicating. So we were discussing that, and he's a young man. So it's a global, worldwide phenomena that people are tired of being stuck in the muck. And if it's time for you to release the muck and let them be and let you move forward and continue on with your awesome life, or you want to create an awesome life, as an intuitive emotional healer, that is what I love to do. I love to help people move forward. I love to help people let some of that gunk go and work on bettering themselves for whatever their decision or style of betterment may be. Because it's not the same for everyone. It's whatever you want to work on. Contact me, drop me a message, drop me a comment, send me an email, let me know how I can help. I love to help people move forward in their life and not feel stuck. Because right now, a lot of us are feeling so stuck. The world is so topsy-turvy, and there's so much anger and frustration and a lot of fear And especially if you watch the news, they are pushing the fear. And it's for me, it's stop, just stop, stop. I don't need it. I've got better things to focus on. And that focus is working on helping the kids. My great niece was on honor rolls. Hallelujah, wahoo, buckaroo, way to go, girl. And we celebrated. And it's those small things that when you stack up the small things, they far outweigh all the hoopla and drama that goes on in this world. So if it's something you want to work on, let me know. I'm here to help. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe if you're getting the freezing rain and the snow and the ice like we are. Hunker down Saturday night into Sunday. Be the metamorphosis. Think back on how you used to be to how you are, and acknowledge and wish yourself happiness for how far you've come in your journey. Peace, blessings, health, wealth, and wisdom to everyone. Take care, everyone. I will check in on Monday, and we'll draw a new card and see how that week's going to play out. And I hope there's no more poking at me, so I can let these new positive affirmations sink into my soul and ride my high wave of happiness. And then I'm not going to jump on that surfboard and try to surf the spiral pit, because I want to be done with that. Have a great one, everyone. Bye for now.